What up, YouTube? What up, Macheads, Maniacs, Young Tiny, Suge, and Odom, Uncle, Auntie, Auntie Buck. What's up with y'all, man? I said I would go back live again tonight, so I'm back. Uh, Only thing I really want to talk about is this citywide ceasefire, right? So I'm gonna call it. C No, what up? Western Ave, what up? My computer's tripping right now. Roadmap to a non-violent, non-confrontational conversation. So this thing that I'm putting together to get a bunch of real ones in the room, it's not about individuals. It's about a common goal, and so everybody's opinions and feelings are welcome. Southside, what up? But yeah, don't worry about the individuals speaking and the individuals putting things together. We're gonna worry about the information and how we're gonna move forward in a nonviolent city amongst our people. Uh, there's a lot of steam going on. A lot of people want to be a part of this. A lot of people voicing their concerns and pledging their allegiance to what I got going on. As far as the question last night, which were irritating me about this 60 and 8 tray thing, I mean, you hear the 8 trays talking about it, so it's real. You got to start somewhere. You don't just jump in all of a sudden the war is over with. This things take time. You have to progress toward a universal peace between two tribes that have been at war forever. Shit, down there my whole life. But here go the thing. I reached out to the big homie, Big Rick, today to see how Rick felt about it. And Rick is in full support of coming to the table with those dudes and what I got going on citywide. So for me, that's everything. For me, it's like who else I'm gonna go to, who else I'm gonna ask or consult with, right? So Big Rick gave blessings for the 60s and 8 trays to sit down, as well as what I got going on with everybody. So it's gonna be good. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a good thing. So y'all be looking forward to that, man. And this is what I was trying to tell y'all a couple months ago. Maybe more than 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago, when I got sick. I had really wanted to put this out there, man. This is what I want everybody to understand. There's rivals, individuals from rival sets that been speaking for years. They talk on the phone, they meet up, they pull up on each other. But that's not being advertised. So the youngsters that don't see that, they have no reason to try to follow in those footsteps. They have no reason to want to ceasefire or peace because they don't see it. But when the brothers start coming out the closet, letting people know they deal with the rivals, I think it'll be real catchy for the younger dudes. And see those that really don't want peace with traditional rivals, they haven't been to prison yet. They haven't fought side by side with their rivals. They haven't been cellies or next door neighbors to their rivals. Once you start going to the penitentiary, that's when you find all this stuff is an illusion. This stuff is not what you thought it was growing up in the streets with your gun and shooting and fighting and whacking each other out on the walls and all that, man. You actually develop friendships once you start going to jail or prison with rivals. Because a lot of times it starts with respect. Sometimes you have to throw down to get that respect. You have to stab somebody to get that respect. But eventually, everybody understand that all the Crips and the Bloods in there ain't your enemy. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to bring it out, bring those in the closet with those personal relationships to come out and let everybody know, man, this is what it is, man. I don't have a problem with these dudes, and you shouldn't have a problem with them either. You youngsters are fighting a war that you had nothing to do with. You fighting a war that you inherited. It's time for change. And that's about all I'm going to say about this. I just had to tap in with you guys because I didn't do a story today. So I wanted to have a second live today. Have the A-Trays ever explained an apology for their responsibility? Ralph, when things happen in gangs in LA, egos are too big for apologies, right? I mean, you talking about something that happened in 79. If there were apologies and people put that behind them, it wouldn't have been no war since 79. We're talking 40, 45 years, bro. I mean, some questions are common sense, man. Do I know what every individual has said on one side to the other side? No, I don't. Stonewall, what up? West Hood, six shooter now. What up, six shooter? Candace Kersey, good to see you again. Compton Grove, what's up with you? Fitzgerald, what's happening, homeboy? But yeah, the main thing is people talking about peace throughout the city. So that's one hurdle that won't be that hard to jump. So that's a great thing. That's a great start. Youngsters are coming to the table. I already explained in the original video. One older dude, bring a younger dude, right? There's a whole lot behind that, man. Like I said, you have to show the youngsters. If you hiding it from the youngsters, there ain't no way the youngsters gonna show up. You hiding it from them. No way a youngster's gonna understand what it is if they don't show up. So yeah, we gotta do that. That's mandatory. We have to do that. But we also have to take little steps. Like I said, everything can't happen overnight. So it's something that has to happen progressively, whether it's slowly or quickly. What up, Mac? That sit down with Pan was fire. Condolences on your loss. Good looking out. You know what's funny? Last night, man, I wasn't looking for it to be good or bad. I wasn't really looking for any comments on if you guys liked it or enjoyed it. But to my surprise, when I woke up this morning, there were quite a few people that liked it and enjoyed it. They thought Pan was very articulate, very real, and is hurt by this loss. So that's good, man. That's good for the channel. I'm glad you guys like the content. I'm glad I could bring you the content. And it wasn't my idea. Pan reached out to me. A couple other bloods that know Lawrence reached out to me. So that was a good thing, man. I'm glad people liked it and enjoyed it, man. Did you hear about Set Trip trying to make a peace treaty with the 60s and A-Trays? Who's Set Trip? From A-Tray Gangster? Because if you're talking about him and that video he did, then you obviously missed this whole 8 minutes. Good looking out, Michelle. Yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. What's up, Bam? What up, Stan the man? What's up with you, homeboy? It's a lot of respectable, enduring. What up, what up, what up? My man say I just got here. Yeah, man. It's a lot of respectable and enduring brothers and sisters here. You know what's gonna turn in for a minute. Homie lied to us. They on the front line behind the scenes talking. The youngest will say. I don't know what it's gonna turn into, but one thing I like about this is everybody's being positive. So you can attack the content. You can attack some of my interviews and the people I interviewed. You can attack the people that I'm having a part of this. But one thing you can't attack is the agenda. The agenda is stop the wars, end the wars, end all wars in the city. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about it, and like I said, one of the biggest hurdles is already done, man. That's to get people to talk about it. So the talk is already in the air. The talk is hitting social media. The talk is all over the telephones. So it's a good thing, man. It's a good thing. Pan video last night hit home because I grew up over there. I also know KB, Dave, and Connie in that White House on the corner. Yeah. I've never been in that house, but I've been over to that house. Passed by it many a days. Still pass by it to this day. It's going to come all together. Ain't no doubt it's gonna come together. Shit, I wouldn't have put my foot all the way in this and put my name on this if I wasn't gonna make sure it's gonna come together. So my thing is this, man. You got so many reputables, so many OGs, so many people who have brothers killed, fathers killed behind this stuff that didn't want to put their name on it. So that's what I'm here for. I'm here to bring everybody together, man. It's not my thing. I'm not the leader. I'm not none of that. I'm just bringing the boats together, man. You know, put the wheels on tight, make sure the wheels don't fall off, man. So that's my part. You know me, if you've been watching this channel for a long time, I've never been an advocate of bringing people together for peace. This is not nothing I dreamed of doing. This is not nothing I wanted to do. This is something I'm gonna do. It's something I'm doing because it's needed. It's much needed, man. It's much needed. And a lot of the solid brothers, man, they just never took the effort. They never put forth the effort to do anything like this. But we already got small pockets all over the city that been doing things like this. A lot of the nonprofit organizations and gang intervention people have been doing this for a long time. But a lot of them dudes, they in it for the money. A lot of those dudes have an ulterior motive. I have no ulterior motive. My whole thing is I don't want my grandkids to go through what we went through. Period, point blank. Sound like baby crazy, huh? Period, point blank. The Ken Griffey Jr. of this, long overdue, long overdue. We lost so many for an idea. We done did so much hurt and stress, a breath of fresh air to know we got something. Man, if you don't do something right in your lifetime, it was a wasted life. So it's time for a lot of people to do something right, man. We got to do better for the next generations to come. And we living in a world, man, where look who we have to choose from, Trump or Biden. And you actually got blacks and black celebrities arguing over who should be the president. Like you arguing over two old white dudes, man. They probably don't give a damn about none of us. Now you got Kamala Harris and everybody's hating on her. A lot of it is rightfully so. But now you still arguing now. You arguing like, is she black? Should a woman be president? Still against an old dude. Remember, the Republicans' whole thing was Biden's too old. Now they forget that Trump is old. Trump's the old guy in here now. So I say that in all my life. Grandkids deserve better, so peace is needed. My grandkids live right there in your hood. My grandkids are right there in your hood, and they go to LA all the time. They still young, man. They don't need to know about this. They're young enough right now that they don't have to know about the gang violence. They can grow up just thinking it's cool to go to whatever liquor store, gas station, or school, or park of their choice and not have no problems. Sure. Not only is America on the brink of collapse, the black man is on the brink of extinction. So yeah, it's definitely time. You know, a lot of our mothers, if our mothers was alive, they would love to see these times, man. They've been so heartbroken, so disappointed in how their kids turned out. Kids didn't get to play professional ball, go to college, be a part of office. You know, none of that stuff, man. Some mothers, kids didn't get to have grandkids, man. They died. You know, parents got to bury their kids. Man, we can help to get rid of all of that. We could break the curse right now. When Ice Cube and Chuck D dropped the song Endangered Species, it was critical then. It's been critical, yeah. But, you know, people starting to realize it now. Trying to emasculate the black man, they've been trying to do that for decades, man. You know, I've been seeing people say that lately, and it makes me mad because they've been emasculating the black man forever, man. At least since the 1960s, man. Flip Wilson. You know, you got all these black athletes and black entertainers dressed up as women. They've been doing that, man. Got them on the cover of Sports Illustrated and different magazines. You got them in commercials and dresses and lady wigs, bras and fake chests and fake booties. Tyler Perry and so many more, man. They've been doing this to us, man. They've been doing it. It's all about a matter of perception. What you receive when you see these things, and it's just being talked about more a little bit nowadays. But man, Uncle Buck, you a wild dude. I ain't seen nothing Uncle Buck said, so I'm glad I ain't seen nothing Buck said. It's being pushed to our kids at an astonishing rate. Well, you know, the thing is this: we tend to sell out for any amounts of money. You know, if you have stronger black men in the entertainment industry, absolutely, Southside. If you have stronger black men to say, hey man, I ain't putting on no dress, I ain't putting on no wig, then we wouldn't be here today. But them dudes want that check. And I come to realize it's not so much the check that they want, it's the longevity that they want. Like if I pull this off, if I play the part of a woman or a woman character, or I dress up and drag, you know, I get the next contract, I get the next show. So they looking at it as longevity. Like I could live off this, I could eat off this. Because let's be real, most of us are poor money managers. You know, a lot of these people up in Hollywood and these athletes, they get in tax trouble. They blow houses. They live a lifestyle so high that by the time they don't have a job, by the time they don't have a movie or a sitcom, they in trouble financially. So, you know, we got to do something for ourselves, but also for our people. I think what happens with black men, especially these dudes on social media, these younger dudes, they looking at them, or they looking at the person they shaming, the person that they hating on. They not looking at us as a people. They not looking at the clown behavior, the ignorance, and how we can't get along. They're not looking at how we are perceived by other people and why we can't go to that next level, right? Teach your kids at the crib right from wrong, even if they mess up, they remember what you. That right there, courtesy flush, holds true for me. My mom and my dad taught me a lot of right things. Dad taught me some bad things too, though. But and I do remember them. I may not have followed them. I may have chose to do wrong, but I still remember. So I agree with you wholeheartedly. Mac, first principle is we can circulate. Need to utilize each other's services. I think the first principle is not to attack one another, attack the information. But I feel you though. I don't know that we can keep money in our community, but we can start. We can start teaching it and preaching it. But the reason why it's so hard to keep money in our community, let me explain. It's very simple. Once we reach stardom, once we reach fame, we want a white girl. Half the money's gone already out the community. Once you marry that white woman, right? Especially when you start having mixed kids. We want the designer things, designer names, designer purses, designer wallets, designer belts. You know what I mean? Cologne, perfume. There goes more money out the hood. Our women are buying wigs. We buying wigs and all these other things. The money's leaving the community. You know, we spending money with other people. We don't spend money with ourselves. I know a person that makes some of the best purses and wallets and hats, all sorts of things, colorful things, really good. And black people don't want to buy that stuff from her. White people damn sure won't buy it from her. The Latinos will not buy it from her. So she left to deal with just a few blacks to buy her things. So we're going to spend our money outside of the community, and we're not going to spend our money with each other. We want discounts. We want, and quite frankly, a lot of us do bad business. We do bad business too, man. That's one thing I can say about me and Bam, Front Hood Bam. Our hoodies and our t-shirts was top notch. We had some good material we sold. But even in that, people don't want to buy it because it's too high. When you get the right things, people don't want to buy it. It's too high. But you go spend a few hundred. If you put a white label on it, you put a white name on it, y'all go buy that quick. We want the top-notch cars. We know we can't afford to be buying these Aston Martins and these Ferraris, and we live in an apartment. We buying $150,000 cars and don't own our house. You know what I'm saying? So it's just too much, man. It's too much. I don't want to talk down on our people. I just want to enlighten our people. And we have to move forward in a direction into which we are not reckless with our money. I'm reckless with my money. Don't get me to being hypocritical. You know, do as I say, not as I do, right? Yeah, OG Steve, you of course, man, you a great supporter, man. I appreciate you, bro. I don't support the devil. It's a gimmick. Forget all that. I heard that, James Cash. You don't do Christmas. You boycott Christmas. I hope. But there's a lot of gimmicks going on, man. I say there's gimmicks on YouTube, bro. There's even gimmicks when we talk about what I'm talking about as far as the ceasefire, this permanent ceasefire. It's a gimmick when you got your young homies still thinking this set is the enemy. It's a gimmick when you're not letting your young homies know that you deal with dudes over there. Uncle Buck, you need to stop lying, man. I'm not gonna have that, man. You know, like I once said about dudes going on other channels leaving comments. You can attack me, homie. You can attack me, but what you cannot do is lie on me, man. When you start playing with my name, I get very serious, man. You know, all this is fun and games, homie. I joke with you and all that. Nah, man. I don't play that. I really don't play that, Buck. What's going on is a real noble, honorable demonstration. I salute you, Sino. Good looking out, Sino. That is the purpose of YouTube, to enlighten and uplift your people, not to attack. You know, YouTube is used as a dangerous tool, man. You got people like Buck that just say anything, man. That has a short attention span and will just throw out lies and hatred. Even when he's joking, it's always directed at me in some foul manner, right? But you got dudes, you got serious dudes and dudes all over America that leave comments doing the same thing, man. It's not cool, man. It really ain't cool. Now we got dudes outside of LA making content on LA more than we do. These dudes is putting up videos and making money off the culture that they're not a part of. And there's no repercussion. They talk about what they'll do to you and you this and you that, straight smutting you, airing out all the bad about you. And there's no repercussions, man. Like, I wish these dudes would attend the ceasefire meeting. You know, all these dudes making content, show up and get some real content. The problem is, we not letting no cameras in there. You ain't getting no content off this. So you dudes outside LA, there will be no content on this. Y'all can go get that video, the A-Tray talking about peace with the 60s. You can go get that content, but you ain't getting this real content. So, and it's amazing how they know what's going on before me. So, at this point, I'm not even mad at them because I could wake up now and turn on YouTube and I could get the information from the streets quick. Instagram and YouTube. So I'd be like, oh shit, that's what happened in LA? That's what happened on you in the hood? The streets ain't taking care of business. Some reason George Zimmerman still living. Well, you know. I mean, that's a good old argument. You feel me? But once again, dudes ain't putting their life on the line for, you know, people ain't trying to be martyrs. You know what I mean? Wayne, good looking out, man. Appreciate you, Wayne. Stay positive, Kev. Much love and respect. Love the hat. Thank you, man. Thank you. But well, you know, something I was saying and I got away from, we can do better. Bottom line, we can do better. It's my man from Southside say, just keep it clean, man. Keep it clean, man. We can do better. Oh man, but yeah, man, we gotta put this thing together, man. Put these guns down, man. Y'all gonna need them bullets for somebody else when America decides to trip out and have a civil war or start attacking black people, man, or minority communities. Yeah, y'all going to take the time to hit the like button one time, man. Pirate, all right, take it easy, man. Y'all don't. I'm not worried about that, homie, but I feel you. I've always thought like that. Remember, I'm the same guy that never wanted to put this together. I'll show up. I'd show up, but I was never a guy that wanted to put this together. I was never a guy that pushed for this. I'm that guy right now, man. I'm gonna step in, I'm gonna do my part, and I'm gonna step back. Cause I don't live in LA, man. I don't even want people to think I'm in LA. I don't want people to think I'm that guy. I'm just the guy putting this together. You know, exactly, Fitzgerald, true story, man. But it's time now and won't nobody else do it. So I'm gonna be the guy to do it, man. That's what's up, man. I should be around on the 9th. I ain't going nowhere. I'm stuck here, man, until the ceasefire, dog. Do I miss LA life? Hell no, man. No, not one bit, not in the least bit at all, period. No, I don't. That's the beauty of being in Las Vegas. LA is not that far. So when you miss it, you can go right back. I mean, no, I don't miss it. See, you guys didn't live like me. I'm assuming. My assumption is y'all didn't live like me. Did you have an open door policy at your house? Did you live in your house all your life so everybody know where you live at? Not just the homies, but the enemies? Did you have dice games at your house? Did you have guys that wanted to kill guys at your house and bury them in your backyard? Roll up the carpet in your living room to put the body in? Did y'all have dudes out in the front fighting on your grass, fighting on your front porch? Did you have the police coming by your house all the time? Did you have community meetings about your house? Did you have neighborhood watch focusing on your address and you only? See, I don't think all of y'all been through that. Most dudes don't even let people come to their house. Most dudes don't even want people to know where they live at. The enemies usually know where your apartment building is, not your name and your address. Right? So I don't know, man. I do not miss LA. I do not miss being in the hood. The hood is only 200 and something miles away. I can go to the hood and see my loved one. I could go to the hood and feel those vibes if that's what I want. No, I'm glad. I'm at peace, man. I like to be by myself. I don't like to be around a group of individuals, only on special occasions. You know, when you live in the hood and your door been open for so many years, guess what? You have no peace. The peace is ruined. There is no peace. You know why? Because homies is coming by your house at nighttime. Homies is coming by your house in the morning. Homies is coming by all day long, looking for a crap game, looking for bullets, looking to buy a gun, looking to retaliate, looking to go on a lick. And guess what? I was going to go on most of those licks. Some of those retaliations, I was going to lace up my boots and go. So guess what? Man, I'm happy to be out of the line of fire. I'm happy to be in here by myself. You don't see nobody walking past me or yelling about what you're doing, who you talking about. You know what I'm saying? Love to be by myself, man. So, nah, man, good question, but hell no is my answer. Yeah, man. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna start. They're gonna start soon. They're gonna try to give out the felonies first, but right before the summer is when they're gonna start locking everybody up. But they're gonna start trying to give you your felonies first, then lock you up. Not only is it the 28 Olympics, it's gonna be the presidency too. So they lock a lot of people up when it's time to vote, man. You know, we've been through this, man. Every 4 years, there's Olympics. This is what is this? The second time in LA or the third time in LA in our lifetime? Second for sure. I remember the '84 Olympics. A lot of what went on around surrounding the '84 Olympics. Yeah, man. We've been through that, man. We've been through that before. But as far as the George Zimmerman comment, right? Like George Zimmerman should have definitely had his head bashed in by now, right? But look, man, we can't just use a white boy as an escape. We can't use the murder of Trayvon Martin or anybody else to make excuses for what's going on in the black community. We got brothers that done kill homies. We got brothers that done kill people from their own hood still around. Ain't nobody done nothing to them. You know, we drop the ball all the time. So we can't just blame a white man for his actions and what he got away with that's 50 states away. We got dudes right here in the city that done the same thing, got multiple bodies. So, you know, sometimes you have to live and forgive, man. Sometimes you have to forget. Sometimes you have to be willing to accept some things that may not be right. Uh, that's just how it is, man. If we can get away with it, you know, other people gonna think they could get away with it too. Man, you know what time it is, Southside. You know what's up, man. Crazy, man. It's crazy. Yeah, I think Whitey's doing good things. Steve, I think he's going doing good things. We need more people like Whitey to come out. I've always said Big U and Rockhead actually put in work with the kids. Actually got kids through college, got kids with degrees, made it professionally in basketball and football. So it can be done. The work can be done, man. It's dudes that are serious about the kids, that really love the kids, man, and will donate their time and their passion to these kids, man. But it's not enough of us. Some people talk the talk but don't walk the walk, man. That's right, Courtesy Flush. That's right. 1932, Jesse Owens, Adolf Hitler. Absolutely skunk dog. Ohio in the building. What's up, Ohio? When you start talking about prison, though, I mean, you can get a guy in prison that's, you know what I mean. Big Kev Mac. Exactly. Zimmerman would have got the same treatment. But shit, Jeffrey Dahmer had multiple bodies, man. He didn't have one body. He had multiple bodies. Jeffrey Dahmer, in a weird type of way, Jeffrey Dahmer may have been helping us, man. Jeffrey Dahmer was luring in gay dudes, man. That's how he was able to get to him so easily. Them dudes wanted some white meat. So it was easy for him to carry out the acts in which he wanted. That's why I appreciate Snoop Dogg, because he's the only public figure helping out our kids. Yeah, I forgot about Snoop Dogg. Just keep it 100. I always forget about Snoop Dogg. Unless you talk about youth football, then Snoop Dogg comes to mind off the top. Yeah, more than likely it was a setup. Yeah, he killed multiple rainbows, man. Yeah, that was his thing, man. What up, number one? What's up with you, homeboy? Shit, even when blacks stab blacks, or Mexicans stab blacks, or Mexicans stab Mexicans in California prisons, those are setups. A lot of times, them are setups, bro. People keep forgetting Zimmerman didn't go to jail or prison. He also moved out of that community. He still was in America, though. Snoop, the only one who could have kept that torch lit. Snoop Dogg would probably be the only person in America that light his blunt with the torch. Dodgers blew it again, another 5-0 lead. That's the Dodgers, man. The pitching, and Dave Roberts, man. Bad combination. It's a horrible combination. I actually thought about last week after the All-Star game is actually documenting these situations on the sports channel, right? Not live, just throwing up videos about it. And now I'm mad I didn't, because this is the third time, I believe, since the All-Star break. All-Star break was just last week, man. Yeah, Dave Roberts and that bullpen are horrible, man. Padres was plus 350. It's crazy. I know Glassnow is probably hurting right now. That bullpen, though, they ought to be shamed, man. You make it to the pros and you can't get nobody out. That's terrible. The pig who choked George Floyd got touched up. That's what's up. That torch Snoop was holding looked like a giant joint accident. I didn't even see it, man. Like I said, I have no interest in this year's Olympics, man. My football team, somebody asked that. New England Patriots, dog. I'm not going to jump off the bandwagon because Brady's gone and Belichick's gone. You know, only reason why I jumped off the Rams bandwagon because they left LA, man. And I can't even call that a bandwagon. I was a true, authentic LA Rams fan. Born in LA, raised in LA, attended Ram games at the Coliseum and in Anaheim. So I was a real Rams fan. I had Rams football cards all over my room wall, Ram posters over my wall, uh, football men, LA Rams, white jerseys and dark jerseys. I used to cut their roster out of the TV Guide. Y'all remember the TV Guide? I was a real Ram fan, man. I wasn't no bandwagon Ram fan or no Johnny Come Lately Ram fan. But when they left LA, man, I was done with them dudes, man. Check Simone Biles, she on all levels. Kev Mac, how did you get so knowledgeable in sports? Was it just from gambling? No. Just growing up as a kid watching baseball and football. I got on the basketball late. I didn't really start watching basketball and really understanding basketball until sixth grade. But before, when I was a little kid, man, football was a thing. Boxing was big with my father. So whenever I was with my father, I was always watching. Yeah, bullpen is terrible. When I was with my father, I always watched boxing growing up. Pops wasn't into baseball and football like that, so he would watch that only because I was watching it. No, I spoke on that earlier. I watched two USA basketball games. The USA barely won. 39-year-old LeBron James was the only guy to come through in the fourth quarter. That was sickening for me, very disinteresting for me, that an old guy in the league has to save the team. Well, I'm watching Jason Tatum throw no-look passes out of bounds. I'm watching Steph Curry just out there jogging around, not shooting the ball. And so it's just too boring for me. Halliburton doing nothing. Too boring for me, bro. Too boring. They're not as exciting or as good as the old school USA basketball team. So I'm cool on that. No, I am no longer watching that. No. Weave, what up? What's the biggest fight you've been to? Fight, a professional fight? Man, I haven't been to no professional fights as an adult. I was so young back in the day. I don't even remember what fights I went to. I believe Friday night fights or Saturday night fights. So I don't know who was big back then and who wasn't. I don't know, man. Baseball always been my thing. NFL. What up, Kev? Quick question. Have the Hoovers ever beef with other Hoovers? Said that's Hoover business, man. You got to talk to the Hoovers about that one. So that's their thing, man. That's their business. You know, the managers is a bomb. Yeah, the managers a bomb. Man, I try to tell y'all the managers a bomb. I've been telling y'all. Y'all want to argue with me that it's not Dave Roberts' fault. It's Dave Roberts' fault and the bullpen. I'm giving him a way out. The bullpen is horrible. But Dave Roberts is the one that brings those guys in. The analytics just ain't no good. It's time to get away from analytics, man. I've been saying that for a couple years. Got to get away from the analytics, man. The analytics is not helping. It's not working. The analytics ain't done nothing for us since COVID. If y'all don't get the hell away from that computer stuff, man, that's terrible. I played in a basketball league in prison and at the YMCA. That's it. We played on the street, of course. Baseball, I played in the minor leagues. I played um, youth baseball and prison baseball. No, I love baseball, man. I love baseball. I've been to so many professional fights when I was living in Minnesota. That's what's up. That's what's up. I got a couple people, man, that say they gonna get me into some fights coming up. So I'm gonna just sit back and see. I would love to go to a professional boxing match, but I'm gonna sit back and see. You know, I see we ran a lot of people out of here tonight. Normally we don't lose that many people during a live stream. So whatever we talking about, obviously turning people off or people busy tonight. But y'all go on and click that like button while you're here. Man, we had so many trolls up in here early today. I see the trolls. When you get on the computer and you go on the night, you're not gonna get them trolls. I see SAG get trolls regularly. Uh, it's not a good thing, man. Goodwill, goodwill, goodwill. But yeah, as far as the ceasefire, we don't have no Long Beach Crips, man. I would like to think Long Beach will be a part of this. How's the weather? Hot. It's hot. It's hot. Weather ain't too hot in Southern California, though. What y'all got? 70 some degree weather today. That beats 110, right? We talking about peace in our black communities. Some people ain't trying to hear that, sad. Yeah, sadly, you're right. And then they wouldn't expect me to be the one talking about it anyway. I played catcher when I was 10 years old. I played catcher when I was 11 and a little bit when I was 12. So I played catcher my 3 little league years. That's a fact. I did play catcher. But left field was my thing. I like to play left field, man. Red fish, blue fish. What it do? West Side Abbey. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, we back. We back over 100. Them good numbers. I never played football. Never played football. Just in the streets. Played on the blacktop. Played on grass. Played on the street and the grass. Played flag football in Carson. Played flag football in prison. But no, I didn't. Not organized football, no. We had good football games in our hood, though. We played against Windsor Hills. We played against other streets, Harcourt, Rempar. We played against the 60 side of the hood. We played football. We played football very competitive, hard hitting. So yeah, football was always our thing, man. A lot of people were scared to play tackle football on the blacktop, man. But that was our thing. We played tackle football on the blacktop, man. You know, we were some wild little kids, man. You know what I mean? Center field and second base, 45 and up leagues, thing that. In those type of leagues, I take it you're talking about softball or hard softball. I like to play rover because I'm good at knowing how a player hits and where they hit the ball to. So I like to roam around. Like people that play rover that ain't really deep into football, I mean baseball, they like to just play between third base and shortstop. Or they'll play four outfielders. No, I gotta roam. I gotta roam. Left-hander come up, I'm going to the right side of the field. A power hitter come up, I'm going deep in the outfield. Somebody with no power come up, I'm coming up between shortstop and third. I like to move around. I'll play behind second base if it's somebody hits the ball straight up the middle, right? That's how I like to play. Who was your favorite baseball player growing up? Well, when I was young, it was Pete Rose. But As I got older, you got Barry Bonds, Ken Griffey Jr., the love and respect that I have for Hank Aaron and Willie Mays. Uh, quite a few black players, man. I come to love and respect. I like J.R. Richards, Vital Blue, as far as black pitchers go. I like Reggie Smith. He wasn't one of the greatest, but one I really liked was Eddie Murray, switch hitter, Hall of Famer. He was a good player. We interview the author of Hope Beyond Measure. I know that title, but give me the name. Ozzie Smith was cool, but I was a Gary Templeton fan, man. Hey, bro, I remember when that Salt and Pepper song was out. That was y'all thing. That X Clan was out. I'm sure those songs someday. Yeah, I had a homie, Lil Looney. He used to love X Clan. But we would turn the radio off when they say, sissies, sissies. You got to turn that off or you get a DP. You get popped upside the head, slapped in the back of the neck, kicked in your ass. Got to cut it off when that part come on. Oh, yeah, I would love Daryl Strawberry. James Lacey. You know, me and Lacey talked about it. Yeah. He's not a camera guy, but he agreed to meet me in Houston, but things happened. We didn't get to hook up. Yeah. James Lacey for sure, man, without question. Yeah, absolutely, man. Green Ave, good looking out, man. You should start doing reaction videos to current events. I'm sure subscribers would appreciate your opinion on certain viral videos and sports segments too. You may have mentioned that before. A couple of people have mentioned that, and I've considered it. I just don't know, man. I like my own creative content from scratch. You know what I mean? But I do realize reaction videos gain traction, so I've considered it, and maybe I will, man. Maybe here or there. I wanted to touch on hot topics, but and when I did, people encouraged me to keep on. But I don't know, man. Something about me. I wake up, there's days I don't want to do no work. I just gotta feel it. I gotta find the passion. If I can't find the passion, it's hard for me to do it. And I'm gonna leave out intricate details of a story or parts of a reaction video. But you know what, man? I will try and consider putting some up from time to time, or especially if you're a supporter of the channel financially. I try to make ends meet. Um, One thing I don't like is people that try to tell me what to do, tell me how to run my platform, what I should and shouldn't do, and they don't support the channel. Uh, Ricky Henderson, of course, absolutely, Ricky Henderson, uh, great play. But Mookie Betts, man, I got a lot of love for Mookie Betts as well. But my man said growing up, so yeah, you could throw Ricky in there. Reggie Jackson, absolutely Reggie Jackson. Not too many more though, man. I ain't gonna say too many more. I liked a lot of players though. You were stuck in that baseball game, man, that we blew. And you knew they was gonna blow it. Stan knew they was gonna blow it. Y'all text me at the exact same time, man. Y'all text me at the exact same time about that damn Dodger game. And both of y'all made me say, I don't even want to look at it. Rod Carew, yeah, Rod Carew's another one. I love Rod Carew, man. But you know who else I like? I like Jim Rice. I like Carl Yastrzemski. Man, Fred Lynn, come on, man. Fred Lynn was hard. I like Tony Gwynn. Of course, I like Tony Gwynn, but he wasn't one of my favorite players. But he was one of the greatest players, though. You know that San Diego thing is a problem for a Dodger fan, man. Yeah, but I'm gonna use that word because I'm unbiased, and it's just a fact. The word was in the song because people get mad when I post graffiti pictures with their hood whacked out, right? I'm not the one that wrote it on the wall. And I put 60s crossed out all the time. And so people are gonna get what they want to get out of my material, whether I say it or whether I post it. They're only gonna get what they're looking for. They're not gonna see it from my point of view. They're not gonna see when I put up anti-60 material. They're not gonna hear when I said this word for 60 or crip. They're not gonna get that part because people are so critical. People are breaking down information and looking for a reason not to accept my content and not to accept the history that I bring you guys. But I keep it fair, man. People gonna diss 60s, whether it's in a song or on a wall. It's just part of life, man. We can't think that we the biggest gang or the hardest gang in LA, and I'm not talking about the 60s, and people not gonna diss us. I mean, let's keep it real. You got superpowers in LA, and those consist, but not limited to East Coast Crips, Hoover Crips or criminals, Gangster Crips, A-Tray gangsters, Gangster Crips as a whole, Rolling 60s, the neighborhood car, you know what I mean? The Compton Crips, Long Beach Crips. You cannot be one of those and not expect people to dish your set on the wall, right? One thing that we have to do as grown men is learn to put our feelings aside for the betterment of Black people. We have to put our small-minded issues aside for a bigger picture. I feel you. My 15-year-old jacked my 67 Pontiac. I had to buy a 5.0. Man, you give your teenager whatever he wants, Skunk Dog. You a good dad, man. Skunk Dog brought his son out to Vegas, man, for the meet and greet. I thought that was good, man. He can remember that for the rest of his life. I think I told you that in person, Skunk Dog. That's a good thing because he can remember for the rest of his life. He came out with the Mac Heads and Maniacs. He came out with his dad, man. He ran across some real Crips, and his dad was a real blood. I stole that from Monster Cody. Man, I just started eating them Hostess cakes. I mean, shit, shouldn't even be no hoe then. You feel me? Take the hoe off the stis. You was just eating some stis cakes. You was eating some Debbie cakes. You feel me? Yeah, he came down to Fremont, man. Some dudes couldn't even hang on Fremont with us without thinking we were set tripping. You feel me? So yeah, man. Shout out to Skunk Dog and his child, man, his teenage son, man. A matter of fact, I had a talk with your son, Skunk Dog, remember? I gave him a good old OG conversation, man. Remember that? Yeah, I forgot all about that, Skunk Dog. So you got to make sure you bring him next year too. I gotta give him a refresher course on how to conduct himself and how not to give his father problems. You know what I mean? Yeah, Skunk Dog. Shout out to you and your son, man. I'm reliving my high school days. All right, all right. Black warrior spirit. Skunk Dog, man. You could remake that movie, man, Boys in the Hood with your 5.0. Yeah, I I ain't known for gang intervention, but I don't have a problem with gang prevention. You got to stop them before they get started, man. But what kids are lacking, in my estimation, kids are lacking parents and OGs telling them how to conduct themselves in a respectful manner, how to have great mannerism. That's one thing I like and appreciate about some of my day one homeboys. They knew how to speak to the homies' parents. They knew how to say hi, Mr. Such and such, hi, Miss Such and such, hi, Mrs. Such and such. Do you need help with your groceries? Is it anything I could do for you? Here goes some money, send it to your son. The homies had a lot of respect and good manners. And that go a long way, man. It go a real long way. I can count on one hand how many homies went by to check on my mama when I was in prison. Because my mother always had health issues with her breathing. So a couple homies would go by to see if she needed the trash set out, to see if she needed help getting anything out of her car. I respect the hell out the homies that did that. You know what I mean? Even had one homie come by and drop off paperwork to moms, like, hey, mom, share this with your son, shoot this to your son. I respect that. You know what I mean? That's right. He ready for next year. He needs that talk. That's what's up, man. Cuz ain't got no egg in here. YouTube been playing with my last couple videos too, man. They don't want a brother to keep putting out nothing positive, man. They don't even want me shouting out L, man. They don't want us paying homage to my dead homeboy, man. Yo, Kev Mac, you know any 60s that went to New York back in the day? No, just me. No, I don't, but I'm sure there have been some at some point. Hey, man, I used to turn away the homies' parents to smoke, man. Now, if you was an OG homie, hey, come, slide me that dub. I need that dub. If you wanted to get your nose dirty and didn't want the homies to know you was sniffing powder, slide through, homie. Slide through. If you don't see no homies out front, slide through, man. I got you. What you want, 50? You want 100? I got you with no cut. But when the parents come by, nah, you got to go somewhere else. Like, I might even call your son and tell on you. Like, hey, man, your mama, your daddy over here, man. Come get him. You feel me? But I just didn't like people parents getting high, man. I've spoke on Kamala quite a lot, quite often lately. I'm gonna spare her today, man. All I'm gonna say to y'all is what I've been saying. I believe she has the momentum. I believe she bring more swag and spice to the race than Sleepy Joe Biden. And I believe if she get the hip hop community, the R&B community to get on board with her and endorse her, I think she wins. I know in my heart, my prediction, I know for a fact in my heart, Kamala is going to win the popular vote. Her issue is going to be the electoral college. Her main problems right now, I said I wasn't even going to talk about it, right? But her main problem right now, it's not the position she held in the past. It's the fact that she does not appeal to black men and she does not appeal to white men. Her whole movement is based toward immigration and women. She has to open up the doors to talk about black men and white men. You feel me? But all she needs is some endorsements from some high profile black celebrities. She's going to be all right. No, there are black people that want Kamala. There's just black people that you talk to and black people on these social medias that don't want Kamala. There's people that want Kamala, man. I already went over it the last few days. She's raised more money than any presidential candidate in the history of the United States in a 24-hour period and a 28-hour period. If I'm not mistaken, in a 72-hour period. That's big, homie. You got a billionaire and you had multiple billionaires running for presidency that cannot raise the money that Kamala raised. Kamala is raising money, dog. She's going to turn this stuff around, man. I'm telling you, homie. And somebody has to speak on this abortion thing, man. And she's going to be the one. Man, she's going to get a lot of people behind her, homie. People are sitting back. As black people, just like with this peace thing, there's people that sit back in the cut. They don't want to put their name and their face on nothing until they feel like it's going to be a positive, until they feel like it's going to be successful. So that's what they're doing. They sitting back. trying to see who's going to get on board and what they're going to say before they get on board. I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you. I know what it is, man. Most of this is common sense. I'm not no political guru. I'm just telling you what I see. And in my heart, I know this to be a fact. But I'm going to get up out of here, man. I'm out of here, y'all. See y'all tomorrow, I guess twice tomorrow, right? I'm out of here, y'all. Peace. Let me give a shout out to Ann Odom, to Wayne, and Green Avenue. I'm out.